different views on the 2015 movie BackCountry. I'm the angry guy. I'm going to tell you like it is. Please let me emphasize my review is only about the film BackCountry in itself and how it was presented and who participated in creating this film. The director, screenwriter, and the story was by Adam McDonald. I'm surprised he didn't do the music also. Adam was on the TV show Rookie Blue along with Missy. The cast for the film was Missy Peregrine as Jenn, Jeff Roop as Alex, Eric Balfour as Brad, and Nicholas Campbell as the park ranger. The film BackCountry is about a young couple, Jenn, portrayed by Missy Peregrine, and Alex, played by Jeff Roop, going hiking and camping in the mountains. Excuse me, I gotta go. Missy wants me to meet her up in the mountains to do some hiking. Oh, I don't like that, but she's nice. When I get up there, I'll finish my review. Thanks a lot. See you later. Oh, man. I finally made it. But I don't see Jenn anywhere. I don't know where she's at. But I'll continue my review. The film starts out Alex sensing their relationship was in a little trouble. Plus, he was intimidated by Jenn's profession. So in Alex's mind, he was going to show Jenn a rough and worthy time in the wilderness and maybe a little romance by a real man. To prove himself in front of Jenn, he didn't take a map that was offered to him by park ranger. And Alex didn't listen to the ranger about what trails were prohibited to go on because of unruly hikers. To create a backcountry atmosphere, Alex also hid Jenn's phone. They finally got in their canoe and eventually found the trail Alex went to go on when he was a little boy. After a long hike, they found the first campsite. After setting up their tent, Alex took his axe to chop some wood for their campfire. Filling his arms with wood, he left his axe behind, which you should never do. Alex finally enters the campsite and finds Jenn settling down and taking her time talking to a lone hiker named Brad, portrayed by Eric Balfour. After sharing his fish, Brad finally leaves and walks into the darkness. Not used to sleeping out in the woods at night in the tent, Jenn hears noises outside. It sounded like something was roaming around and breaking small branches as they walked. The sounds eventually disappeared and Jenn finally fell asleep. Jenn wakes the next morning, but this is when the terrifying events begin. Seriously. If you ever went camping in the woods, especially during the night, all the sounds, sights, and the feelings in your chest are ring true during this film. Plus, if you wish the hell you were sleeping sounding like the person next to you so you don't hear those eerie noises. What was that? Well, I gotta get out of here. I'll be back! Just to prove we did go camping across the night, I just want to tell you some experiences real quick. In the mid-70s, I got discharged from the Army, and with my ETS money in hand, we camped across the United States for about a month and a half. But like everything else, everything gets old. Traveling, setting up, buying groceries, doing laundry, planning your next 200 or 300 miles and what road you're going to take to travel, and where you're going to stay that next night. Plus, you have to plan where you're going to see when you're staying at that particular campsite. It takes a toll on your psychic and your energy level. But I never regretted for 1 second of the adventure we had. While in the state of Georgia, we seen one level large building with a large KKK sign on top. I was scared shitless. We got out of there real quick. Drove through Louisiana parishes to see the Superdome and all the graves that were above ground. We seen and slept with armadillos running around at night in Louisiana. Stopped the Houston Astrodome that was on that large hill at that time. Excuse me, it's so windy up here. We drove through Death Valley and stopped at Scottish Castle and seen Vegas, of course. Visited Stagecoach Stop. Drove on Route 5 in California. Walked through San Diego Zoo, the best zoo in the 70s. I remember smoke coming off our car brakes while coming down Palomar Mountain. We seen that big telescope on top. Seen Psycho's house on the hill at Universal Studios. Saw Munster's house. And down the street, guess what? There was Marcus Welby's house, which was the same as Leave It to Beaver's house. Whoa! Hold, I'm not staying around. I'll finish this in the studio, okay? Hey, we'll see you later. I'm getting out of here. At the very beginning of the film BackCountry, I gave this film a D- because the director did not delegate authority. He tried to do everything himself. But as time went on, and a lot of those feelings inside of a tent at night, being lost, realizing you are 1,000 miles away from home and no one was there to help you if something happens. All those feelings came rushing back to me, but didn't think about it too much 43 years ago. My academic rating for this film is C+. That's because I know exactly how a person feels sitting inside of a tent in the dark when something outside is making noises. Let me say this again. The review is just what I saw in the film itself and how it was presented and who participated in it. As usual, I did my research for this film. The true story ends tragically different. Now, I like to end on a positive note. When my wife and I were young, we always said to ourselves, we better travel around the United States before we get old. We did. We did that several times. And I'm so happy we did, because we are old now.